Hello students, today we are continuing with major landforms standard 6 geography. So this is the part 2, and in the previous class we were trying to understand, we started with tectonic plates, tectonic plate boundaries, that is your convergent boundary, divergent boundary and transform boundary. At the same time, these boundaries, we checked what landforms they make, and those landforms which we were trying to understand was mountains. We checked for types of mountains, young fold mountains, old fold mountains. We also checked for the formation of block mountains, residual mountains and volcanic mountains. Finally, we said how mountains are important to us in day-to-day life, and that was the completion of part 1. Today we are going to continue with plateaus basically, and we'll also check for the formation of plateaus. We'll focus on types of plateaus. Types of plateaus includes your intermontane plateau, Piedmont plateau and continental plateau. We will check how plateaus are important to us as a rich source of minerals. Finally, we will find out what are valleys, how are they formed and what are the different types of valleys. Coming towards plateaus. A plateau is nothing but a tableland or a flat elevated area with some kind of slope, and this slope is usually a steep slope. Plateaus will vary as far as distance is covered from 100 meters to 1000 meters or so. The formation of plateau is the result of erosional force, that is your continent building force, and some plateaus which are formed in this manner are your dissected plateau. Now what are dissected plateaus? Dissected plateaus are plateaus which were once upon a time a plateau with a flat tableland or so, but over a period due to glacial erosion, river erosion, those plateaus have developed cracks and fissures. So there is a lot of dissection which has taken place. Such plateaus are known as dissected plateaus. We have plateaus which are also formed due to volcanic activity, that is your volcanic eruption. So those plateaus are known as volcanic plateaus. We have an example of volcanic plateau here, and this is an example of dissected plateau which looks something like this. Coming towards the formation of plateau, as we were just saying that there are plateaus which are volcanic plateau, and the volcanic plateaus are the result of volcanic eruptions through cracks and fissures, okay, from the interior of the earth coming towards the earth's surface. A very good example for a volcanic plateau to be given is your Deccan Plateau in India and Plateau of Columbia also. Plateaus are also formed, as I said, they are formed because of endogenic forces, that is your erosional force, and somewhere in a plain region which gets uplifted leads to the formation of plateau region. Such an example is your Plateau of Brazil. So this is the map showing a plateau wherein you have Patagonia Plateau, Mexican Plateau, Columbia Plateau, we have Deccan Plateau, Tibetan Plateau, Plateau of Anatolia, then we have Ethiopian Highlands. Okay, so this is a map showing world plateaus. Now, plateaus are also formed because of glacial erosion or glacial deposition. Plateaus are also formed due to glacial erosion and glacial deposition. Before understanding glacial erosion and glacial deposition, we should know what are glaciers. Glaciers are nothing but a slow moving river of ice. Now when the slow moving river of ice are moving from a higher elevated area towards the lower elevated area, in their journey they try to carry some material. As they are carrying, that leads to some kind of erosion, that is known as glacial erosion. So this place where the glacial erosion takes place, a point comes wherein the erosion continuously leads to a formation of plateau or a flat table land or so, that leads to a plateau formation due to glacial erosion. There will be places which are low-lying areas, that material which is carried by a glacier is deposited to a place where it cannot further carry because the temperature conditions become higher and the melting of glacier takes place and ultimately leads to the deposition of that material which is carried by a glacier. So that leads to the formation of glacial deposition. So the place where the glacial erosion is taking place at a higher elevated hilly region will be brought down to a flat surface, and that will be lead to a formation of a glacial erosion plateau formation. Example of such is Greenland and Antarctica plateau. Glacial deposition example is your Russian plateau. Okay. There are plateaus which are also formed due to wind erosion or wind deposition, basically wind deposition, wherein the wind will carry the sand, silt, dust, okay, and over a period when it moves or carries out a journey, a time comes when the wind is not able to carry that material and it starts depositing, and plateaus formed in such manner are known as plateaus of wind deposition. The example of this is your Loess Plateau of China. Okay. Coming towards the types of plateaus, we have three major types of plateaus. We have intermontane plateau, Piedmont plateau and continental plateau. Intermontane plateau is the plateau which is surrounded by mountains on all sides. A very good example of this is your Tibetan plateau. Then we have the Piedmont plateau. The Piedmont plateau, the word ped means foot. So the mountain situated at the plateau situated at the foot of the mountain is known as Piedmont plateau. Example of this is your Patagonia plateau situated in Argentina, that is South America. Continental plateaus are plateaus which were once upon a time a plain region or a continent, but it's got uplifted. Okay, and examples of such plateau is your Arabian plateau and Spanish plateau. So this is your Tibetan plateau, which is a intermontane plateau. Okay, this is a map showing the location. This is the plateau area. Tibetan plateau is also known as the roof of the world because of its elevation and height. So then we have Patagonian plateau. Fine, the Patagonian plateau is your Piedmont plateau. So this is the place where it is located. This is the picture, and the Patagonian desert is a part of Patagonian plateau. So then we have the Spanish plateau, Arabian plateau. These are the plateaus which are the continental plateau. We have Mexican plateau, and Mexican plateau, all the plateaus in the world are the rich source of minerals. Okay, let's check for the importance or significance of plateaus. Plateaus are a rich source of minerals. And why are they a rich source of mineral? Mainly because most of the plateaus are the result of volcanic eruption. The molten material which comes on the earth's surface brings a lot of minerals. After the solidification, we excavate or we extract the minerals, and these minerals are mostly metallic, non-metallic or precious minerals. Minerals like iron, copper, gold, silver, manganese, coal, these are the mixture of minerals. We have Mexican plateau, which you are trying to understand with this previous slide. This is a Mexican plateau. Mexican plateau is also called as mineral store because it is having different varieties of metallic minerals. At the same time, it has some precious minerals like silver and copper, and it is the biggest reserve of silver mines. Plateaus basically are important to us in the form of tourist destinations or tourist attraction centers, mainly because the places where the river flows and it flows from an elevation and it falls down in the form of waterfall. The surrounding areas with the scenic beauty gets converted into a tourist destination, and it attracts n number of tourists. The waterfall at the same time is used for hydel power generation, which converts the hydroelectricity, which converts the hydel energy into electricity, which is supplied to the surrounding areas. Coming towards the valleys, valleys are nothing but it is a relief feature found in between two mountain ranges. But the formation of valleys is the result of various causes. It is formed due to river erosion. It is formed due to fault lines or cracks in the earth's surface, so subsidence, or it can be formed due to glacial erosion. So river valley, once upon a time the river was flowing, but because of river erosion, we have V-shaped valley formation. Rift Valley is a valley which we have discussed earlier, saying that river Nile flows through a rift. Then when we were talking about the block mountains, we also said that in between two block mountains we have a formation of Rift Valley. There we gave examples of river Narmada also. And the glacial valley is wherein the glacier is eroding a surface, wherein you have mostly U-shaped valley formation. So we have V-shaped valley formation, U-shaped valley formation, and Rift Valley is more or less has steep slopes and a very narrow base or width, and it extends hundreds of kilometers. So this is your rift valley. Initially this is the position where we have the fault line. The fault line subsides, incides and leads to a formation of rift valley. Okay, these two which are up are your block mountains, which we have discussed in the previous class. This is a map showing the rift valley through which the Nile river is flowing in Africa. Okay. As we were discussing, rift valley is the result of geological rift of fault. Okay, rift valley is also known as graben. Fine. Now, along with river Nile as an example, we have two more examples: Upper Rhine graben or Rhine rift valley. Okay, so these rift valleys are few examples. The length of Rhine rift valley is 350 kilometers and its width is 50 kilometers. In India, we have a rift through which river Narmada is flowing, and to the north of Narmada is your Vindhyan range, and to the south of Narmada is your Satpura range. So this is a map showing river Narmada flowing through Vindhyan range and Satpura range. Okay. A quick recall of what we did today. We were trying to understand plateau as a relief feature as a major landform. We were also checking how the plateaus are formed or formation of plateaus. We checked for types of plateaus: intermontane plateau, Piedmont and continental. And we also understood that plateaus are a rich source of minerals. Then we checked what are valleys. We were trying to understand a river valley, rift valley or glacial valley and its formation along with the examples. Thank you.